Perfection does not exist. I know a lot of us empaths feel like if things aren't perfect, we will overstrive and we will over try to make things more presentable to people. We want people to like us. We want everything to go exactly how we planned it in our minds. And recently I went to an event where I planned for a month. For 30 days, I bought the right outfit, I got the right hairstyle, I got the right nails, I had everything set up. Earrings, perfume, everything that I wanted to wear to this event. I got to the event and I felt like it was perfect. I felt like everything went exactly according to plan. Then when I went home, I just started to overthink about nothing, about the littlest thing. Was my hair out of place? Was that the right perfume? Is it the right nail color? Did I show up on time? Did I present myself the way that I was supposed to? So I felt like all the things that I put in place to make sure that this situation was perfect. When I went home, I overanalyzed it and made a situation that was fine into something that was nothing. And then I started to second guess myself and I just started to unravel. And I felt like the whole situation and the whole day was just out of place. That was in my mind. It was nothing wrong with what I wore, what I did, what I said, how I smelled. It was nothing wrong with that particular event, that particular day. But as an empath, I went home and I wondered how people perceived me. People that wasn't even thinking about me. People that wasn't even worried about me. People that just wanted to enjoy my company. People that never looked at my outfit, never looked at my shoes, never worried about what type of nails I had on, never worried about was my earrings big enough or was my outfit pretty enough. These people genuinely wanted to be in my company. And then I realized I have been doing this all my life. When I go to an event, a party, a wedding, a baby shower, anything that has a lot of people and a lot of people's energy, the next day I come home, I always need a whole 24 hours to recuperate. I need to decompress because I am replaying the whole event regardless of how nice everything went, regardless of how I planned the day out. I go home and I replayed in my head over and over and over again. What could I have done differently to make things go better for me, to make people approve of me? Did I do everything that I was supposed to do? Was I perfect? And then I replay these situations over and over again in my head, and then I make a beautiful outing, day, situation, a beautiful thing into something so negative because of my overthinking. And then I realized and I stopped. And nothing is perfect. Nothing. We were not put here to be perfect. Now, when I say that we are not perfect according to the way that we think, only way that we are perfect is through God's eyes. And God knew that we were flawed. God knew that we came down here in an imperfect world. God made us to be in an imperfect world. So the way that we perceive perfect is we want our ego to be struck. We want everything to go according to our standards because of what the ego thinks of what we should look like, how we should act, what we should do. But then the way that God made us is being perfect. It's just understanding that you're flawed. And the flaws that you have might not even be noticed by other people because they're too busy worrying about their own flaws. So once I realized that perfection is not real, I started to be more present when I show up. I started to be myself and just have fun wherever I go and stop overthinking it the next day. Because if I'm overthinking, did I do anything wrong, say anything wrong, overstep my boundaries, was I too loud, was I too ghetto, was I too bougie, too standoffish, it's always something. It's always going to be something that you feel like you was too much of. And I realized I was none of those things. Everything went according to how it was supposed to go. Flaws and all, regardless of how I showed up, I was present. And that's the only thing that matters. So when you are out and about at work or wherever and you feel like I am not perfect, you're right, you're not. Stop looking for perfection in an imperfect world. It does not exist. The only person that sees us as perfect is God. The only person. the only entity, the only being that sees us as perfect is God. And being perfect is understanding that you are not perfect. That's the only way that you can approve of yourself, when you realize that you don't need approval from anybody. Just show up as yourself and be present. And that is what catches people's attention. Not what you have on, not what you said, not what you did, not what type of perfume you wear. It's your presence that gets people's attention.